Hello viewers, this is Bestie News and we are going to read this book. It's called Malcolm Michel's My Very Favorite Book in the Whole World, and it's illustrated by Michael Robertson. Are you ready to read this book with me? Yes. Let's start it. Here's the front page. See, these books are here in this book. Okay, let's start. Hey, hi, I'm Henley, and this is a story about finding my very favorite book in the whole wide world. Reading can be hard, you know. Once upon a time, everyone thought I hated to read, but that's just not true. In some books, the words are too big, the sentences too long, and there are way too many pages. It look forever and ever and ever. Blah 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 blah. Waited and waited and waited and nothing ever happened. Blah 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 blah. It was a long, 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 long journey. Blah 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 blah. On and on and on and on and on and on and on. They walked and they walked and they walked and they walked. They walked through the day. She slept and slept and slept and slept and slept all day. In other words, the pictures have zero to do with cool things that I like or what inside of me. I do try, but some books are so giant, if I stood on them, I would turn into a giant. When I supposed to be reading homework, I'd rather play football in the backyard. When I'm asked to read the cookbook to help make dinner, I would rather see how many grapes I can fit into my mouth. Once I took a wagon full of books to the town swimming pool to find out how good they could swim. When I tried to read books about dinosaurs, they made my brain hurt, so I gave the books back to the dinosaur. I have tried many books reading about mountains, pickles, aliens, monsters, cats chasing mice and mice chasing cats. I never found a book about cat chasing mice up mountain while the aliens eat pickles with monster, but none of these made reading easier or more fun. But that all changed when Mrs. Joy gave the worst homework assignment ever. Find your very favorite book in the whole wide world. Bring it to school tomorrow. It can be a book about anything. Just make sure you love it, because you will be sharing it in the class. The school bell sounded like 100 horns blowing in my ear, like pop, pop, pop. Thinking about the yucky homework assignment gave me a super headache, and my hands sweaty. On the way home from school, I stopped by the mighty library, hoping to find any book that could be my very favorite book. My friends want to go into the library ahead of me. When it comes to finding books, I'm not so fast. Inside, there was a nice man sitting behind a jumbo sized desk. I asked him if he could help me find my very favorite book in the whole world. He showed me books about science and adventure and squishy animal. He flipped through the pages of the books about flag farm and holidays. He had found plenty of books with twisty big word sentences as long as my legs and pictures that tangled the pages. It gave me heebie-jeebies. When I was with my friends in the middle of the library time, having fun and reading, I felt more lost than ever. But I was having so much fun. The next place I tried was Mrs. Rackley's bookshop. Maybe she could help me find my favorite book. Mrs. Rackley did what does she can do best. She bought piles and piles of books. I looked and looked and looked, but couldn't call any of them very of my favorite book in the whole worldwide. Although pages and all those words made me my eyes tired, I realized it was going to take a book miracle to find my favorite book. I grew a sad face and stormed all the way home. Mama was unloading the dryer and she could tell I was having a crummy day. I told her all about words over home assignment. The librarian and Mrs. Rackley tried their best to help me find a book, but it was no use. I will never find my very favorite book in the whole world wide, I told Mommy. Mommy was so surprised to hear. With a voice as rolls warm from an oven, Mama said, Henley, sometimes the best stories can be found inside ourselves. After a sweet kiss on the forehead, Mama's word lifted up inside me. That's when I had brilliant idea. That's when I had brilliant idea. When I had brilliant idea. That's happened. The next morning, I could hardly wait for my turn to share my very favorite book on the whole worldwide. See, I am sitting in the circle time with my all friends. With my all friends. I stood proud as all eyes in the reading circle stared at me. I found an idea and I was telling a story, and all the circle stared at me. Everyone thinks I have hate to read, but that's not true. Yes, some words were too big and some sentences are too long, but that's not my biggest challenge. Before today, I hadn't found a book I wanted to read. I hadn't found the words or pictures or pages or sentence or subject that showed me. And now I start reading my book because mommy gave me that idea. I'm reading a book. I'm reading a book. So last night I wrote a book I called my very favorite book. As in the whole world, it's about a big, fat, bumpy journey to finding the perfect book. My book has words and pictures, pages, and that shows me, and that shows you, me. I was reading a story to the whole class. The girls were happy, boys were happy. When I started reading my book out loud for everyone to hear, I struggled, but soon my words began to flow. The picture I drew danced off to the pages. Everyone can have very favorite book in the whole worldwide, even if they have to write it. That I realized after I talked with Mama. Mama gave me idea. When I was done telling my story, my classmates clapped and cheered. Yay! We all were so happy. My teacher gave me a gold star on my homework. And that's the truth. And why I like to start reading? Also, I never read a book like that before. After mom gave me idea, I was so excited. And the one reason I started reading a book also, that teachers always asking us read a book, and then we get stars. You all know that. Thank you so much. If you like my channel, you like this story I read for you, please subscribe my channel, Bisty News. Have a lovely evening all.